So when I started my spiritual journey, mind you, like I said, I wasn't into social media, not into TikTok, but I found it on TikTok. I ordered the shadow book, and I ordered the 369 a manifestation book. And like I said, I was really like introduced to it because my brother started really diving into the whole spiritual path, finding like his ancestors, and breaking down numerology, not neurology, I can't even say it, numerology, with the numbers and your birthday and all that other stuff. And I even have that where he had even spiritual advisors that were helping him through it also. So me doing my own research, I started following Billy Carson, and Florida native, just like me. Hey. And his like breakdown of a lot of stuff, especially like with the Bible and Jesus, like us reaching our higher self, our self-consciousness, opening our third eye. I started following like different spiritual tarot readers, and just getting like bits and pieces for everybody else, and just incorporate it within myself. So I did this little exercise that I found on TikTok, really like pinpointing of why I was so insecure about myself, why I always had to get acceptance for everybody, or why did I feel like I had to prove myself to everybody? Why did I have to make it known to everybody that I was a nice person? I wasn't mean. I mean, even though it seemed like I was mean a lot of times, but really I was like always trying to prove myself. So once I started doing that and did the shadow work, that's when a lot of my dreams started becoming vivid. And I've always had dreams, but a lot of times really like I had stopped dreaming for a very long time, like, or I couldn't remember it. And I would always remember like the real ones that would like impact me. Like I had two. The one that I said when I first left, the first person I had children with, and then the second one, like I said, I'm not gonna really say it because even though it was a long time, like I'm not gonna even get into that. So when everything went down with the whole Tasha situation, and then her family and everything like that, and I was trying to see like who in my job like was doing the same thing. Mind you, I had to see. So I was telling certain people before I put in my 2-week notice, I was telling certain people like what's the reason of me leaving. And mind you, around that time too, like I said in videos back, like my daughter was going through things. I couldn't focus. I was personally going through some things because I had to deal with the things that my oldest daughter was going through, and then like getting my family back in unison. And being that I always put my job before them, I literally really needed a break. So I decided that I was just going to put my 2 weeks notice and just kind of get my household together. But then I also wanted to see like who within, because I considered a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a handful of people, like 2 or 3 people that I really considered friends outside of work. And the one that Keisha number 2 that was at my job, I had cut her off because of what she did with having borrowed money and not giving it to me on time. And then I ended up, being behind on my bills. Then Nancy, who always has something negative in her life, and I just couldn't deal with her negativity all the time, dealing with the job and her talking about, stuff that was going on with other employees, her personal life. I couldn't deal with that. But there was another one, but she had left like a year before I ended up like quitting or whatever. But there was other certain people I considered like acquaintances that I would talk to here and there through chats, text messages, and all that other stuff. But I started telling certain people certain things, especially what happened to me. And it didn't seem like even they didn't believe me, or they didn't really care. All they cared about is when I told them I was leaving, or why you leaving? What's the problem? And I'm like, and like I said a lot of things prematurely because with my job situation and some of the coworkers, I had to see before I knew what was about to come. I needed to see who was really going to be there when this blessing had came for me.